Most of the time, Taboo conspiracy use other flat earthers material. Yes, sometimes he does his own research, but it always ends up to be a dumpster fire. This time he are reusing some old videos. Let's start. This time Taboo Conspiracy has used several videos from the man behind the original Black Swan video. I will not look at the whole video, but I will address certain areas. Let's start this video.
I hope everyone is having a wonderful new year. It's actually been a rocky start for me, but I can't think of any better way to usher in 2020 than with a new Flat Earth proof.
As I said in the beginning, Taboo is recycling old garbage.
This proof comes from my friend in Santa Barbara, California, who goes by the YouTube name BMLSB69. The link will be in the description. I don't know if he really cares if you subscribe, but I love his channel, and so I highly recommend it.
And I don't care if Taboo loves his channel. He have never proven anything.
I have shared BMLSB69's videos many times on my channel, and this is another gem.
Yes, one thing he have proven, that flurfs of fools. Correction, another dumpster fire.
Maybe you remember this older video from BMLSB69 when he brought his camera down to just 1 foot off of the water and filmed these two different oil platforms. Under the globe model, the horizon, which the globe zealots allege is a physical edge of the observable ball Earth, would have a maximum distance of only 1.2 miles.
And he didn't get to a good start in this video, because Taboo knows the answer. The horizon is not a physical place. The distance to the horizon you see depends on the observer height and atmospherical conditions.
At an observation height of 1 foot. Instead, you can see that the horizon is beyond the second oil platform that was 9.4 miles away, unequivocally proving the globe model false. I adjusted the colors of this frame to make the apparent horizon a bit more clear. Obviously, the horizon is beyond 9.4 miles, which means that none of the platforms are being hidden by a supposed curvature bulge.
And we don't see the bottom of the platforms, and the cranes are bent. Oh dear.
If the horizon is not a measurable, physical, observable edge of a sphere with a circumference of 24,901 miles as the globe model mandates,
Taboo don't understand the things he's tried to debunk, because the horizon isn't physical. Its location, how far away is it? It depends on your observer height and other factors. If you know atmospheric conditions and your observer height, you can calculate the distance to the visible horizon quite easy. But how do you calculate it on a flat Earth?
Then without question, the entire heliocentric model, outer space, NASA, ESA, SpaceX, and everything else globe and space related is deception. This simple, repeatable evidence begets the inescapable logical conclusion.
The fact is that these observations haven't been repeated. The most photos from this location you see on those platforms shows less of the platforms. So please, Taboo, repeat it.
That we've been lied to on the grandest scale, and that our entire educational foundation is built on lies designed to control us spiritually, mentally, financially, and physically.
And of course, Taboo have no evidence for those claims.
Maybe you remember this video I've shared where BMLSB 69 filmed 3 oil platforms at an elevation of 105 feet. At 105 feet, the globe model would require that the horizon be closer than 12.6 miles.
And once more, he's lying again. We don't live on the moon, so we always have some kind of refraction.
In clear contradiction of the globe model, you can see the horizon extends beyond the 3rd platform, which was 26.45 miles away. Again, and I'll try to say this slowly for the globe faithful who have a really hard time grasping what the globe model requires, based on the observation height of 105 feet, the globe model mandates that the alleged observable physical horizon edge of the globe should have been closer than 12.6 miles, and instead the horizon is much further than 26.45 miles. Furthermore, the 2nd platform should have had at least 48 feet hidden by the curvature, but none of it is. The 3rd platform should have been hidden by at least 129 feet by the globe, and not an inch is hidden. Do you really think that this alleged very tall bulge of water disappeared in front of the 2nd platform and then reappeared miles beyond the 3rd platform without affecting the platforms themselves? If you believe that nonsense, can you then describe to me which portions of these platforms are mirages and which parts are not? As I have joked before, if a naval vessel wanted to fire at one of these platforms, do you think that it would only be shooting at a mirage and would only hit the tall bulge of curved water that's supposed to be blocking these platforms? Or do you think that the vessel would have a direct line of sight with these platforms? Can you point to a naval manual instructing sailors not to shoot at the mirages that have hopped the curvature but are really hidden behind mountains of water? It's ridiculous.
It's your question, Taboo, that is ridiculous. Do you believe ships shoots with line of sight using their eyes on long distances? Really? Do you see any windows on this one? Or on this one? And this is a Swedish 57mm cannon from the Swedish manufacturer Bofors. Do you see any windows on that one? This is the same cannon on a Swedish corvette. It's here in the front. Do you see any windows on that one? On modern warships there are no one in the cannons and there are no windows. So no one is sitting in the cannon and looking on an object that they are going to shoot at. So how do they hit ships from ships using their cannons? I will use some of my own images from closed down coastal artillery facilities in Sweden. This is Cold War technique, but the principle is the same today. This is a 15.2 caliber artillery gun, originally designed to be on a ship, but they didn't ever use it on a ship. Instead, 3 of those were placed in this big facility. No windows on that one either. And this is a 7.5 centimeter caliber gun. In this smaller facility there is 3 of those. But this one have a small window, or more like a periscope, so you can look out. This big guns the base was built 1931 and they were modernized in 1951. Each cannon had a crew of 25 people in them. Most of them worked with ammunition to send ammunition up to the cannon, and 7 of them was sitting in the top of the tower controlling it. And this smaller one had a crew of 7 men. Today, in this type of cannons, you don't have any personnel in the cannons. How did they in the towers know how to adjust the cannons to hit the targets? Here you have the explanation. This is system called alla 719. It was introduced in the Swedish Armed Forces in 1970, and then it was the latest technique. It used radar, a simple television camera, and the first laser used in military use anywhere in the world. The television camera was only used for trying to identify the target. Is it a friend? Is it the enemy we see on the radar? To determine the enemy ship's location, it was the radar used and the laser. So this is the eyes for the cannons 40 meters down in the mountain. The bigger guns can shoot 22 kilometers and the smaller ones 15 kilometers. This type of cannon on these distances shoots ballistically. The angle on the barrel decides how far the projectile travels. To know how to adjust the cannons, you have to do calculations. Of course, the distance to the target, temperature, wind, moisture, and the Coriolis effect. The bigger guns are placed a bit from the sea, 140 meters up on a mountain. The smaller ones is placed quite close to the water and in a narrow passage, so therefore they have those small windows, so they can shoot on targets very close line on sight. Taboo's question was stupid. As you understand, you don't shoot on long distances with this type of cannons straight forward. You shoot ballistic. And the second thing, the systems I talked about, the radar and the laser, you see they are affected by the horizon. If you use a radar, ships disappear over the horizon, and you can't measure over the horizon with the laser. So this is plain stupidity. So he asked for a handbook that tells us to beware of the bulge when we are shooting on ships out at sea. That's pure nonsense. Thank you very much, everybody, helping me, helping Ukraine. All revenues from this channel goes to buying drones for Ukraine. Thank you. Hope you liked this video. If you did, hit like, subscribe, or come back next time I'm showing a video. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye.